Later in the bulletin, some male victims and survivors of sexual abuse speak their truth and the hope that it encourages more men and boys to come forward and report.
In business news tonight, IMF board approves Ghana's 5th program review, clearing the way for a fresh $380 million disbursement.
On the international front, President Donald Trump expands U.S. travel ban to 5 more countries.
We have details of all these stories and many more coming up in the next 1 hour. Do stay with us.
We are starting from the conversation that started the last 24 hours having to do with Bawku, and government has endorsed the Bawku mediation report by the Asantehene Otumfuo Seitu II and directed the immediate return of the rival chief Alhaji Seidu Abagre to Nalerugu under the authority of the Nairi. A statement issued and signed by the spokesperson to the president, Felix Kwachiofosu, says that the government accepts all recommendations in the report that was presented on Tuesday, affirming the Supreme Court's position on the rightful Bawku overlord. The government stated that the report provides a comprehensive, fact-based and forward-looking roadmap for lasting peace in Bawku. A key and immediate directive from the government is the recall of the rival chief Alhaji Seidu Abagre to address the root cause of the conflict. President Mahama has also directed the establishment of a 1 billion Ghana cedi Bawku revitalization fund. The fund is to be disbursed from 2026 to 2028 and is aimed at rebuilding critical infrastructure like roads, healthcare, education, and irrigation facilities to restore Bawku as an economic hub in the northern part of the country. Right, so clearly the statement from the Office of the President outlines some specific things that we all need to be abreast of. I'll walk you through some of the key pointers in that white paper released by government. So in part, it says government fully accepts all findings and recommendations of the Otumfuo Bawku mediation report. The report provides a fact-based roadmap for lasting peace and stability in Bawku. It goes on to say that Naba Asigri Abugrago Azoka II is the lawful Bawku Naba and his authority cannot be challenged. Government will facilitate the safe relocation of Alhaji Seidu Abagre to Nalerugu under the Nairi's direction. And the conflict has caused severe human, social, and economic damage to Bawku. President Mahama, like we indicated, has approved a 1 billion Ghana cedi Bawku revitalization fund, which would be spearheaded by the finance minister. And then it goes on to say there are no winners or losers, and all parties are urged to abide by the report in the interest of peace and national stability.
In more news tonight, the government of Ghana has deployed a contingent of 54 soldiers to Jamaica as part of an international support mission aimed at assisting the country's rebuilding efforts. Speaking to the soldiers before their departure, President John Mahama said aside deploying soldiers and officers, Ghana is also providing temporary tents and food items.
According to officials, the deployment forms part of Ghana's commitment to regional and global solidarity, particularly in times Jamaica stands in need of Hurricane Melissa. The soldiers, drawn from the Ghana Armed Forces 48 engineers, are expected to provide technical, logistic, and operational support to ongoing rebuilding initiatives. The Foreign Minister, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, says the mission underscores Ghana's growing role in international peacekeeping and humanitarian assistance.
We all do know that Hurricane Melissa has wreaked a lot of havoc Over 40 Jamaicans have died. Analysts say that the destruction is in excess of 8.8 billion United States dollars. His Excellency, the President, in addition to the humanitarian support sent, has decided that today we need to deploy our troops following a request formally made by the Prime Minister of Jamaica.
President John Dramani Mahama charged the troops to conduct themselves well.
Ghana has consistently stood for international solidarity, humanitarian assistance, and global responsibility. Our nation understands the pain of natural disasters and the long road to recovery. Today's mission reinforces Ghana's commitment to humanitarian response, disaster recovery and reconstruction, and South-South cooperation, Pan-African and Afro-Caribbean solidarity. I commend the Ghana Armed Forces for their professionalism, for their discipline, and their readiness to serve not only at home, but anywhere in the world duty calls.
The Chief of the Defense Staff, Lieutenant General William Ejapon, expressed confidence that the deployed personnel will excel. The specific of the assignment will be determined in coordination with Jamaican authorities and relevant international partners. On October 27, Hurricane Melissa made landfall on Jamaica as the most powerful ever to directly impact on the island. It displaced 90,000 people, killed at least 45, and damaged infrastructure worth more than $113 million. Joseph Armstrong, Gold Alibi TV3, Accra.
In a related development, the minority in parliament has strongly criticized government for deploying troops to Jamaica without parliamentary approval, saying that the decision was misguided. According to the caucus, there are domestic crises that should have received utmost priority and not a public stand on the global stage. Christian Yali reports.
The minority leader on the floor of Parliament questioned the deployment of relief items to Jamaica, stating that there are some domestic challenges that should have been first prioritized. He then demanded urgent answers from the foreign minister on the details of Ghana's mission in Jamaica.
I think that the major policy decision like this must receive at least the blessings of Parliament. It cannot be that the members of Parliament would have to be reading this in the news. And when we have ministers who are first to come and signal us, we have serious disasters. The recent flooding in the country, we know that people have been calling for relief. NADMO has been telling us that they don't have stock. When you do not have enough to feed your own at home, doing international charity will require a curious concern.
Ranking member on the Defense and Interior Committee, John Ntimfojo, also described the deployment of troops to Benin as a misguided decision.
When they sought to buy helicopters, they had to consult Parliament. So how come when you want to deploy troops to Benin, you do not consult Parliament? When you want to deploy troops to Jamaica, you do not consult Parliament? What are they hiding within this process? Sending troops to Benin, we need to understand which protocols and which this deployment is going to be undertaken, how many troops are going to be sent, how long this operation is going to be undertaken, and what is the cost to the state. They are misplaced priority, and we cannot watch on unconcerned for the taxpayers' money to be misused in very misguided deployments.
Now, he says charity begins at home, and so he wants government to channel security effort into dealing with the Bawku, Beniyiri, and Galamsey issues.
We rather chose to show force in Accra, where people are going about their peaceful endeavors. You rather chose to show force in front of Supreme Court and Accra High Court. Look at the situation in Bawku. Even after the Otumfuo mediation, things have still not calmed. and we are still urgent calm in Bawku. If you want to show force, we have Galamsey sites, endemic Galamsey sites that in broad daylight are chasing military NIMOS. They are chasing them, they are running after their lives. If you want to show force and to show the might of your security apparatus, you go to such areas.
Meanwhile, the Foreign Affairs Minister has responded to the concerns of the minority, stating that the country has historically provided aid to countries that required such assistance. He explained that the decision was based on humanitarian grounds, emphasizing no wrongdoing.
Of this August House, these enhanced and consequential humanitarian gestures were deliberate expressions of Ghana's diplomatic identity and values. In a global environment marked by increasing humanitarian needs and diminishing international attention, Ghana's actions carry significant moral and diplomatic weight. They signal Ghana's refusal to be indifferent to suffering and its determination to remain a responsible and compassionate actor on the international stage. Such actions also serve to strengthen our bilateral relations, reinforce mutual trust, and enhance Ghana's standing within multilateral fora. By aligning humanitarian assistance with diplomatic engagement, Ghana demonstrates its foreign policy is both principled and pragmatic. It's rooted in values of empathy, solidarity, brotherhood, and compassion, while being attentive to global realities. Right Honourable Speaker, as humanitarian crises continue to challenge the international community, Ghana remains resolute in its commitment to act where it can to make a meaningful difference. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs will continue to work towards strengthening Ghana's capacity for timely humanitarian response, deepening partnerships with international and regional actors, and ensuring that solidarity remains a defining feature of our foreign policy.
Let's go to the northern region, where 4 suspected drug dealers are in police custody in Tamale following a special intelligence-led operation by the IGP's Special Operations Team. The arrest, which led to the retrieval of suspected Indian hemp, tramadol capsules and other narcotic substances forms part of intensified security measures ahead of the festive season.
The IGP Special Operations Team has stepped up daily operations within the Tamale metropolis as part of effort to clamp down on criminal activities that threaten public safety. With economic activities peaking during the festive season, the team intensified both highway and community patrols. A total of 105 officers were deployed for the exercise under the leadership of ASP Bawa Abdul Jalil. Officers were briefed ahead of the operation.
The special operations of the Inspector General of Police currently in this jurisdiction will not entertain any group of hooligans, criminal network who feel that at any point in time they can take the law into their own hands and do anything. You will never be spared.
During combined highway and community patrols, intelligence led the team to Taha, where one Gladys Lariba was arrested at her residence for allegedly engaging in drug peddling. A search conducted at her premises uncovered quantities of toffees mixed with dried leaves, suspected to be Indian hemp. Another suspect, Joseph Christian, who was present at the scene, was also arrested for allegedly being in possession of dried leaves. At Gumbihini, Musa Stephen and Fatao Isahaku were arrested on intelligence for possessing tramadol capsules. Further interrogation led officers to another suspect, believed to be a supplier in the area. The operation later moved to Vitin, following information from the Gupegu Chief Task Force. Amina Isahaku and her husband, Muhammad Sumaila, were arrested with boxes of tramadol capsules. Another suspect, Rahman Abudu, was arrested at the scene, while the alleged supplier fled before police arrival. All arrested suspects have been conveyed to the Sakasaka police station to assist with investigations. Exhibits retrieved during the operation have been handed over for further screening and forensic analysis.
And away from the northern region, the Accra High Court has granted former Commissioner of the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Colonel Kwadwo Damoah retired, a bail of 50 million cedis with 2 sureties after he pleaded not guilty to multiple counts of using public office for profit and causing financial loss to the state. The German South MP is one of 7 accused persons standing trial, together with former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta, over their alleged roles in the SML scandal, that 1.4 billion CD SML scandal. Here's a report by Lord Edwasari.
In court on Wednesday, December 17, lawyers of the former Commissioner of Customs, the Ghana Revenue Authority led by Robert Yeboah, prayed the court to grant bail to his client, intimating that Colonel Damoah is a 7 member of parliament and as a result is not a flight risk. He also prayed that they be given a fair and reasonable time to enable them to put their house in order for the bail terms. Principal Prosecutor from the Office of the Special Prosecutor, Adelaide Kubri-Wood, indicated that while they didn't oppose the bail, they were against the granting of long terms for the accused, citing former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta as an example of one who ran away from the jurisdiction when was given the leeway. After hearing submissions from both sides of the divide, Presiding Judge Francis Achiponga granted Colonel Kwadwo Damoah retired a bail of 50 million Ghana cedis with 2 sureties. The court ordered that he deposits all travel documents to the court's registry. The sureties, the court noted, must submit their Ghana cards to the court's registry as well. Additionally, the German South MP's name is to be placed on the stop list at all entry points across the country, and he is to report to the lead investigator once every week. Given orders regarding the execution of the bail terms, the court indicated that Colonel Damoah adheres to the bail terms imposed on him by the Office of the Special Prosecutor in the interim and suspended the terms until December 31 for him to be able to find the sureties. The case has since been adjourned to January 29, 2026 for case management conference. Lodi Rasari, TV3 News, Accra.
Still on legal matters, Justice of the Supreme Court Gabriel Poamang has announced the renovation of 3 courts dedicated to handle cases related to National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat and the theft of government properties. These courts, once completed, are expected to begin operations early next year.
The fight against illegal mining, popularly known as galamsey, continues, with government conducting sweeps, making arrests, and seizing equipment. Minister of Education Haruna Idrisu insists Ghana cannot afford to fail in the fight against galamsey. He urged the Chief Justice not to relent in punishing public officials found complicit in illegal mining.
We need to elevate and up our game. The executive and the president alone cannot succeed in fighting galamsey. We need the judiciary to stand side by side in solidarity. Should the court find any good evidence of any public official or politician involved in it, my Lord, don't hesitate to exercise the gavel and punish adequately.
The Lands Minister, Emmanuel Amakofi-Boa, disclosed that 1,200 tractors are currently being tracked as part of efforts to clamp down on illegal mining activities.
We are reforming the Mining and Mining Act 2008 Act 703. And I'm very happy to say that we've already made a lot of progress and we intend to forward that to Cabinet in the very early next year. So far, we are proud to say that 1,200 of excavators are now being tracked and geofenced, and we'll continue to do that.
At the launch of the annual Chief Justice Mentorship Program 2025, Justice Gabriel Poamang emphasized the urgent need to protect Ghana's land and water bodies from degradation. He confirmed that 3 courts will be established to oversee state-related cases.
We in the judiciary on this occasion would want to restate our commitment to support the fight against environmental degradation, to support the fight against illegal mining in particular, and also deepen our efforts in collaboration with the executive and parliament to enforce the laws. The judiciary, under the leadership of the Chief Justice, His Lordship Justice Bawku Boni, have already allocated 3 High Court judges, and they are being refurbished to specifically deal with cases coming from the NIMOs, that is the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations, and also other related matters of the state, which is to recover properties of the state which have been lost.
Government continues to strengthen its interventions in the fight against galamsey.
Let's go to the Eastern region, where the Etiwa East District Chief Executive, Ernest Owusu-Ntim, who was recently convicted for contempt by the Koforidua High Court, has clarified that the case before the court concerns a land ownership dispute and not illegal mining activities, as has been widely reported. He insists that the matter has been misconstrued and misrepresented in public discourse. He addressed the media earlier today.
The issue with regards to the court is about land. You wonder how a state will give about 30 hectares, 60 hectares of a community to an individual. And that's the challenge, and that's what we are just fighting. But I know it's okay. When you decide to take, time by time, you analyze it, you realize that the only challenge have to do with proper supervision. The central government is doing well. Normally, they will constitute a team, a military team like the NIMOs that we are having now. But I realize that the soldiers, they will come and they will leave. But when they leave, who will supervise the gains that they have made? So I put together a team and then a task force as well that have to ensure that we supervise the activities of the miners in the district. So ideally, we were able to convince them for them to know that this is your town, you need to protect your land. Those who have come to mine, if you decide to protect them, then it means that you are trying to put the future of the community into danger. So they were able to help us, and we are able to identify every hole and the people that caused that the destruction.
Now, sexual abuse can and does affect anyone and everyone. Yet, one group mostly left out of the conversation are men and boys. In When Boys Cry, a feature by Portia Gabo, which airs tonight at 9 p.m., some males who are victims and survivors of sexual abuse speak their truth with the hope that it encourages more men and boys to come forward and report. Here are excerpts.
When I was a child, I was innocent, and so the innocence was taken away from me at the age of 16 years.
At age 16, this young man had his virginity taken away from him by his teacher. It's a fact that majority of sexual assault victims are abused by someone they know.
He normally asked us to visit him evening time because they were alone there. He asked me to come there alone, so I went there with a basket. Normally when we go there, he used to give us one of his old phones, and the phone is full of pornography. One day when we were coming, he took my basket and we get behind some old block, which is a KG. So we stand there and he started touching me and doing all manner of things. And when I don't get it. So he was trying to push my trouser out. Push my trouser. So in that manner, he started pushing me to bend down. Like, I don't also get it. I say, what is happening? So when we were doing that, I saw that, this, when I get to know that this is what he wanted to do. So he pushed me, he sent me to that way. He made me bend down, and that was the first time. And the rest inside his room.
He called me that I should come. When I come in, they said that he want to give me the light up. He light up to me. That I should play the game. When I start playing the game, and then he make the food for me. When I eat it, and the man said I should come and lie down. When I lie down, I was lying down watching TV, and then he too come and lie down. So he lying down, and then he start touching me. So and then when He started touching me, and then I don't know that he just do that. And then he started. He give you some drink and then biscuit to be eating, then you will be happy. So the next time when you call, and then at the school, you can just do the exam time. The man can just give you this thing. So I'm laying out.
So the documentary airs tonight at 9. In more news tonight, Momo from MTN has rewarded its customers who actively use the Momo app under its Mensaka promotion, an initiative aimed at encouraging cashless transactions across the country. According to MTN, the Mensaka promotion is designed to appreciate loyal customers while encouraging more people to use the Momo app for their everyday transactions.
The Mensaka promotion draw from Momo from MTN Ghana is an initiative aimed at encouraging cashless transactions across the country. Cash prizes were presented to select customers, with the highest winner taking home 100,000 Ghana cedis. Other winners received 50,000 Ghana cedis, 30,000 Ghana cedis, and 10,000 Ghana cedis. According to MTN, the Mensaka promo is designed to appreciate loyal customers while encouraging more people to use the Momo app for their everyday transactions.
We are here to celebrate our customers. We are here to celebrate our winners as part of the Still Mensaka promo, which we started 3 months ago in September. We committed to reward our cherished customers who are going to use the Momo app to do transactions. And today we are here to fulfill that promise.
Winners say they never expected to walk away with such amounts, describing the experience as both shocking and rewarding, increasing their confidence in digital payments.
I didn't believe it. So, they told me to come here, and it's true. I was using the mobile money app on my regular day for my regular transactions. They should use the MTN app, and they can be here.
MTN is encouraging customers to continue using the Momo app and stay safe.
We'll continue to use MTN mobile money, and then also continue to ensure that they use it via the Momo app. Finally, we are in the festive season. We want to remind them that they should be safe, keep their account safe. Fraudsters are also working, so please make sure you keep your PIN safely.
MultiChoice Ghana has carried out a draw for its DSTV premium subscribers to select 10 lucky winners for an all-expenses-paid trip to England. This follows a promise made by the company and Communications Minister Sam George in October to compensate premium subscribers after an agreement to upgrade all their subscribers to higher packages.
On December 17, MultiChoice Ghana conducted a draw for thousands of its premium subscribers with the aim to select 10 lucky winners who will be sent to England on an all-expenses-paid trip come March 2026. Data for the draw was derived and cross-checked by Deloitte Ghana and was run on the Caritas platform by the National Lottery Authority to ensure transparency and fairness. 9 men and 1 woman were the lucky winners of this draw, which will give them a chance to tour London and watch 2 Premier League matches live. Alex Ochere is the managing director for MultiChoice Ghana.
When we did the packages, we said that if you pay on any package, we'll give you the next higher package, right? So if you pay premium, there was no higher package to give you. So we wanted to give something to the premium customers. So we, looked through and said, okay, why not? A lot of people I know are on DSTV, they watch the Premier League. So why not take someone there to experience the Premier League? So they'll leave on a Thursday. It's going to happen in March. Watch matches over the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and come back on a Tuesday. So there'll be other activities like visiting the Premier League studios, meeting some of the, stars and all that. They'll be in London, and then, they will enjoy themselves.
Some of the lucky winners were called and their joy was palpable.
Congratulations, you are actually one of the winners. Yes. No, it's not 419, totally not, it's not. You're actually live on TV. We're actually doing the draw live from the head office of MultiChoice Ghana here in Jos.
And you're also live from our studios here at Adesanwe Kanda in Accra. This is News 360. Stay with us. Business, sports, and entertainment coming up.
Hello there, good evening. Welcome to the business segment here on News 360. I am Michael Obudu. Now, the Executive Board of the International Monetary Fund, IMF, has approved Ghana's 5th program review under the IMF-supported program, a decision that could unlock about $380 million in fresh funding before the end of the year. This follows what the fund describes as significant progress in key reform areas.
The Executive Board of the International Monetary Fund has given the green light to Ghana's 5th program review after meeting in Washington, D.C. on December 17, 2025. The approval follows assessments that Ghana has made notable progress in meeting key benchmarks and targets under the IMF-supported program. 3 Business understands the decision clears the way for the disbursement of about $380 million to the Bank of Ghana, with sources indicating the funds could be released before the end of 2025. The IMF staff report, expected to be published in the coming hours, will provide detailed assessments of Ghana's performance under the program, including areas of strength and remaining risks. Market analysts say the board's approval is likely to boost investor and donor confidence, especially as the cedi shows signs of stabilization and is seen as a strong signal of Ghana's commitment to fiscal discipline. Government officials have reiterated that spending discipline will be maintained even after Ghana exits the IMF program in May 2026 amid lingering concerns about post-program fiscal risks. The IMF has acknowledged progress in reforms, citing improvements in fiscal responsibility, public financial management, debt restructuring, energy sector reforms, foreign exchange operations, and financial sector resilience. With this disbursement, total IMF financial support to Ghana since May 2023 will rise to about $2.8 billion, reinforcing efforts to stabilize the economy and sustain recovery.
Ghana's economic outlook is receiving a significant boost as Fitch Solution projects a major rebound in public sector capital expenditure and industrial output for 2026, following the tight 2025 that saw development spending contract by over 48%. The government's 2026 Big Push infrastructure program is set to reverse the trend with a massive $30 billion allocation.
The 2026 budget signals a pivot toward transformative physical development. Key projects including the Accra-Kumasi Expressway and the Ama McBrown Bridge are expected to drive a 10% surge in fixed investment growth. This infrastructure blitz alone is forecasted to contribute 1.5 percentage points to the nation's headline real GDP growth. While 2025 growth was largely sustained by record high gold and cocoa prices, 2026 will see a shift toward increased production volumes. Gold production growth is set to accelerate to 7%, fueled by Newmont's Ahafo North mine and expansions at the Bibiani mine. Crude oil output is expected to grow by 5.1% as drilling resumes at the Jubilee field and the new J73P well comes on stream. Despite the export surge, Fitch Solutions cautions that net exports may actually subtract 1.5 percentage points from overall growth. As inflation eases and domestic demand strengthens, a rise in appetite for imported consumer and capital goods is expected to offset many of the gains from the extractive sector.
We'll turn our attention now to the currency and the commodities market. And that'll be all for the business segment here on News 360. I am Michael Obudu. Up next, the sports.
Coil.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to the sports segment here on News 360 with me, Oreku Ampofo. The 2026 FIFA World Cup is set to be the biggest edition in the tournament's history, not only in scale but also in financial rewards. With an expanded 48-team format, FIFA structured a prize money distribution that rewards performances at every stage while ensuring that even early exits benefit meaningfully from participation. The following 3 Sports report has more details.
FIFA has just approved a record-breaking $727 million payout for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, a 50% increment on Qatar 2022. Out of that figure, $655 million is set aside purely as prize money, with teams earning more the further they go. The champions will pocket $50 million, runners-up $33 million, and even teams that exit early won't go home empty-handed. On top of prize money, every qualified nation receives $1.5 million to help cover preparation costs. That means all 48 teams are guaranteed at least $10.5 million. This means the Black Stars are already guaranteed $10.5 million at the 2026 World Cup, $9 million for the group stages plus $1.5 million in terms of preparation bonus. If Ghana reaches the round of 32, that figure rises to $12.5 million. Make it to the round of 16 and Ghana's earning jump to $16.5 million. And from there, every win means millions more.
All right, let's now move from football to boxing, where ahead of the highly anticipated Legacy Rise boxing bout, boxers gathered at the Black Star Square here in Accra for a face-off on Wednesday, adding to the brewing excitement ahead of the weekend. My colleague Billy Shen spoke to some of the headline boxers in this report.
Earlier at the Black Star Square, 18 boxers gathered for what promises to be 9 exhilarating bouts, which will be happening in the Legacy Rise boxing bout at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium on Saturday, December 20th, 2025. Now, the headline bout is between 2 UK-based boxers, that is Craig Daniels and then Dan Aziz, 2 boxers who know each other very well. Now, both boxers have promised to give a very good show to Ghanaian fans that will turn up.
Ready to rock and roll. Just looking forward to Saturday night to put on a show. I'll beat him 100%. Put your money on it. It's gonna be fireworks.
Anybody who's coming in the ring and isn't confident, then they're gonna be in big trouble, more trouble than they already are. You know, I'm very confident in myself. I'm confident in the preparation. Like I said, I know him very well. I know what he brings to the table, and I'm very confident that on December 20th, I'll be.
We have a list of special guests that are going to be in attendance. So people you see on your TVs will be sat next to you. So make sure you come. We have a list of musicians as well coming to, you know, liven up the place. Yeah, so make sure you don't miss this one.
So as part of the build-up to the Legacy Rise boxing bout, there will be a press conference which will happen on Thursday, and then there will be official weighing on Friday before the bout actually starts on Saturday at the Legon Sports Stadium. Billy Shen for 3 Sports from the Black Star Square here in Accra.
Or if you're after some more sports stories, you can check our social media handles at 3 Sports. GH, my name is Oreku Ampofo.
In my line of work, a confident smile is everything.
Heaven Black Insecticide Spray and Coil. Powered by 3 Entertainment.
Well, good evening and welcome to the entertainment news segment here on News 360. My name is Noella Donko. Now, renowned actress and media personality Nana Ama McBrown has disclosed that she is divorced from her husband of 12 years, Maxwell Mensah, describing the decision as peaceful and a mutual one. Now, speaking on TV3's New Day, McBrown revealed that the marriage ended without bitterness, noting the separation was handled with understanding, respect, and maturity.
Well, I've gone through marriage issue. I'm over. I'm a happy woman. I believe I'm the strongest. I'm the most happiest right now.
Wow.
Yes, I've gone through divorce. Yes, I'm divorced.
Right.
I am. And I'm not ashamed to say, but I did it so beautifully.
The popular actress stressed that despite the end of the marriage, she continues to share a warm and cordial relationship with her former husband and his family.
Me and my husband are cool. We spoke yesterday, we speak today, we speak tomorrow. We meet, I go to our house, my in-laws and everything. Look, my darling, I am a happy woman.
Right.
We are the best of friends. We didn't go through it like the bitter ones.
Although both her ex-husband and in-laws wished for the marriage to continue, McBrown admitted she no longer had the strength to stay.
I was tired. He was tired. We sat down, we said, let's talk about it. Let's move on.
McBrown further disclosed that the marriage was contracted under customary law, meaning the separation required the involvement and agreement of both families, which was handled amicably. What brings her the greatest joy, she said, is the beautiful daughter she shares with Maxwell Mensah, baby Maxine, describing the child as the most precious gift from the union.
If we have to meet again, we'll meet again.
Okay.
If we don't meet again, the precious thing you're giving me is my daughter.
The popular actress signed out of the interview stating firmly that she won't remarry, but can give birth again.
You're such an actress. I didn't hear. I didn't know own worry bill. Why?
Before her public revelation, there had been widespread speculation about challenges within the marriage, with reports suggesting alleged infidelity as a contributing factor.
Well, still on the interaction with McBrown on TV3 New Day, the popular actress has successfully undergone her 5th and final surgery to address persistent pain and complications in her right arm. Now, according to her, the procedure marks the end of a long and challenging chapter in her life.
I have not been on TV for my work since May.
Right.
I took time off to go do my last surgery on the hand.
You've done it how many times now?
This is my 5th one.
Wow.
So this is the last surgery because of how I'm feeling now and how I pray to God for healing.
Right.
I was on TV every day, dancing, making people happy.
Yeah.
But when they say wrap, in next 1 hour, when I'm calm, I start feeling my pain. But I'm so happy and I'm so thankful to God that as I speak, I don't feel the pain again. There's no pain, there's nothing. The marks are just a healing for me. When I it's so refreshing.
The scars just tell us.
Scars, yes.
Yeah.
So I'm ready to work. I'm back.
You're back.
I'm back on Onya Show time.
Well, that's it for the entertainment news segment here on News 360. My name is Noella Donko.
Tonight in this segment, U.S. President Donald Trump has expanded a U.S. travel ban, barring nationals of 5 additional countries and people traveling on Palestinian Authority-issued documents from entering the U.S. The White House said the restrictions were intended to protect the security of the United States and will come into force on January 1. Full entry restrictions will be imposed on people from Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, South Sudan and Syria, as well as Palestinian Authority passport holders. The administration also moved Laos and Sierra Leone, which were previously subject to partial restrictions, to the full ban list and put partial restrictions on 15 other countries, including Nigeria, Tanzania and Zimbabwe.
Thank you so much for watching News 360. It's been live from our studio here at Adesanwe Kanda in Accra. I am Martin Asiedu Dati.
And I am Portia Gabo. Do enjoy the rest of our programs. Do join us for the concert at 10 p.m. for Ghana tonight, as well as the documentary at 9 p.m.